Welcome to Marketing Your Fitness Business. This lecture will teach you how to use marketing smartly. Often marketing works on the 80-20 rule. You'll get 80% of your results from 20% of your fitness marketing efforts. When you look at that as a concept and you're a small business or one-man band, it seems silly to waste 80% of your time on marketing that you get no effect from. The idea of marketing smart is to concentrate on the 20% of marketing that does get you results. Work and market smart is the idea. As small businesses, we compete in the marketplace, in a very busy marketplace, against other trainers and providers in our area. In order for us to begin to think about marketing a proposition, we have to really understand what services we are going to offer and what our unique selling proposition is within that. When I discuss this with trainers on a national basis, they often say to me things like, well, my unique selling point is I'm passionate, I'm well trained, I get results. My answer to them when they say that is, but aren't all trainers passionate? Don't all trainers say they're well qualified? All trainers should get results. It's not really a unique selling proposition. That's an expectation really from all trainers. You want to stand back from your services after you've listed them. So list them all down, then stand back from them and say, okay, what makes me different and what do I have that nobody else around me as a trainer has that I can offer my clients within those services? i.e., you could have knowledge of rugby or sports. As an example, in our PT business, we advertise our unique selling proposition as being movement specialists. We work with our rehabilitative trainers downstairs to develop programs that sports teams can use prehab and rehab. So we advertise that, and no other trainers in the area can do so. The idea is that when people look at you as a trainer, they should be able to say why they come to you against other fitness professionals. I've chosen to work with this person because their unique selling proposition is the benefit that I want. Once you have your unique selling proposition, you can then make decisions on who you're going to sell to. Who is your who? One of the key things to remember about any marketing activity is that you have to sell a benefit, a solution to a problem. I always think shampoo manufacturers are good examples of this to help you understand it. Take a dandruff shampoo. The marketing message would be, do you have dandruff? Use our shampoo and you will never have dandruff again. That's a solution to a problem. And the solution is a major benefit. People buy emotionally and justify logically. If you identify your solution, your benefit to the problem, both emotionally and logically justifying a sale becomes really easy. The question then in your client's head is not whether they should buy it, but how can they possibly do without it? They have that problem and you have the solution. Therefore, they buy emotionally because they buy either for pleasure or to be pain-free, but they justify it because the benefit is they can't live without it. When you're looking at your who is who, you can't possibly market the same message to every single element of the market. So you have to narrow that down and create niches. You can have more than one niche. You could have half a dozen niche groups that you want to sell to, and your message would be slightly different across those groups. Remember, if they're just buying emotionally and justifying logically, and you're selling a benefit solution to a problem, that has to be different for each group that you sell to. The problem is going to be very different for rugby players to basketball players. The problem is going to be very different between rugby players and pregnant mums. So you can advertise your services, but your marketing message that you need to put through all the communications that you send out need to identify with that niche market. If you mass market, people might talk a little bit about your business, but they won't actually talk about the benefits and therefore how people could possibly live without them. If you niche market, then people will talk about the benefits, and they'll be talking about those benefits within their niche market, and therefore other people will be attracted to buying your services. You need to become what we call in the industry the purple cow. The Purple Cow is a book by Seth Godin. It's quite a small book and very easy to get. It talks about a family who are on a journey with children in the back of the car. You know how bored children get on journeys. And they're travelling down the motorways and they just see one field after another and they're very bored and nothing happening, and in the field are cows, but one field of cows looks exactly like another field of cows. Suddenly they come across a field of cows that has a purple cow in it. Now that's rare and they've never seen it before. So all they can talk about and tell other people about is the purple cow. You need to make your unique selling proposition the benefit and solution to a problem that nobody else can identify and that you can sell as yours and your target market identify with and can't live without. Once you've decided on those, it's time to sit down and do a marketing plan. Now, a marketing plan will identify all the activities that you want to do within a month period, a week period, and a year's period. Here is an example of a marketing plan template. You can put the month and the year, and you can put the weeks and the dates and a list of activities you want to do. Here's just a sample list. It's not a be-all and end-all. It's just some of the things that I might want to do. I might want to do a mail shot. I might want to do a club visit. I might want to do an advertisement in the magazine or online. I might want to send out an email to my marketing list. I might want to send letters to other businesses. I might want to put things on my website. I might want to do Facebook, Twitter, and then whatever marketing I do, I then have to follow some of that up with follow-up calls where I check that marketing's not dropped in a black hole. Hello, did you receive my newsletter? Was it of interest to you? And have those discussions and follow my marketing up. So in order to do that and make my time smartly managed, I have to do a plan. I have to build that in as working time, and I have to build my teaching hours around it. Remember the 6 P's. Prior planning and preparation prevents poor performance. That plan becomes key to driving your activities. So let's have a little bit more detail on the activities. Any marketing activity that you put out there needs to attention grab. You've seen flyers drop through your mail, things that pop into your inbox. How many times do you delete them, unfriend people on Facebook, throw literature away that comes through your door just because it has no interest? You haven't even read it, it just hasn't grabbed your attention. So one of the key things to keep in mind all the time is grabbing the attention. Creating any piece of marketing literature and getting it right is a real challenge. You've got to appeal to your prospect's emotional self. Really, your attention grabbing needs to start at the headline, and that can often be the USP or the solution to the problem. That's where you need to attention grab, so that somebody reads it, the headline, and thinks, actually, let me read more of this, I need to know about it. Use a headline that piques their curiosity or gives them the promise to the solution to the problem. This is the decider on whether somebody will actually progress further into your marketing activities and read more about your services. One of the other key ways that you can grab attention is to make an offer. In lots of ways, every piece of marketing should have an offer to help drive the call to action for a client. When I'm thinking of offers, I sit down at the beginning of the year and decide on 10 offers that might be seasonal, they might be targeting specific things like holidays or Christmas, but I sit down and list what those 10 offers will be. And then I put those into my marketing plan in terms of creating the literature or media that sits behind them and at what time of the year I'll send them out. So as an example, I might put 10 healthy recipes for Christmas together in a little booklet just as a PDF. I might put a little video clip together of 10 exercises for doing at home. Then I might put those into an offer. I might put, if you buy 12 personal training sessions or 12 group exercise session cards, then you can have a free DVD clip of exercises to do at home. Or you can have a free booklet to survive Christmas with healthy recipes. It doesn't matter what it is, you just have to have some offers. The more realistic the offer is to the niche market, the more likely they are to take it up. Every piece of marketing also has to have a call to action. I quite often see marketing that just drops into a big black hole. What a call to action is that somebody reads your marketing, they've been grabbed by your headline, they love the benefit and solution to the problem and they want to buy it, but they don't know what to do about it after that. So your call to action needs to be a clear instruction telling the prospect what they should do now to take advantage of the offer. It should have bright buttons and easy actions within it. So you'd say things like, interested in this solution? Press this button now and book here. So if you were doing an online piece, somebody can do one click, go straight through to your website and buy that offer that you're advertising. It might be as simple as call this number now. So whatever it is, there needs to be a call to action. You need to give very clear instructions on what somebody should do. Remember, sell your promise. You only compete in business on one of two fronts, price or quality. You don't want to be reducing your price. You want to put as much into your service as you possibly can and then compete on that front. Now, the example I would give you, let's say I'm going to buy a new car and I walk into a Mercedes garage. Now, my budget for buying my new car is £10,000. I probably won't even get a tyre in a Mercedes garage for £10,000. So I walk up to the sales assistant and I say, I really like this car. And he says to me, yeah, it's a £70,000 car. And you just go, as quite often happens, you go, that's ridiculous. I'm not paying £70,000 for a car. The salesman doesn't panic by that and go, oh, well, actually, we'll reduce the price for you. What do you think is a more reasonable price? They say, I'm so sorry. It's got all these benefits. And they talk to you about the benefits. And this is what you'll get with it. Now, I then have two choices. I might say, actually, I want those benefits. Therefore, I'm going to have to make allowances for buying that and increase my budget. Or I walk away and say, actually, I need to go and buy a Ford car down the road. I can live without those benefits. So you mustn't be panicked by that. There are always going to be people, if you decide that your business is going to compete on quality, there are always going to be people who will shop elsewhere, who perhaps can't decide on that. So decide on your promise, but also to give people the comfort of buying it, guarantee it. Use a risk reversal with your promise. I can guarantee that you will get these benefits from this service. If you don't, I would be quite happy to give you your money back. Another way to increase your selling potential and therefore market is to market to clients that already exist within your business. We often put our marketing outside to get new clients, but we don't continually promote marketing to people that we already work with. They are the easiest people to sell to. They already use you and they already love you. So, but have they tried one of the other services that you want to offer? As a trainer, you need to make yourself relatively multi-skilled over time. You might have started with PT and then you took on Pilates, or you might have done a sports massage module. Then you decide, well, actually, if somebody buys 12 PT sessions with me, then they can also have a free taster massage for 30 minutes. We call it getting money in through the back end, working with people that we already work with and selling them another product. Create another 8 to 10 fab offers in the year just for people who already work with you. You know, if you stay with me all year and you've worked with me, this is an offer for you. We, as an example, we look at our top spenders who have done the most with us, and just before Christmas we give them a voucher for another service, and that's their Christmas present from us. So we give them a whole free session in another service, and that's really valuable marketing to us because we try to look for one of our services that they haven't yet tried. And then we give them the voucher for that service. And because they love the service that we've been giving them, then they'll opt in to have a go at that with their free voucher. And then you never know, they then start to think, actually, I love this service as well. I'm going to buy it too. It also keeps us challenged to stay fresh. So we're always looking for the next thing that we can learn, do, or add value to our client base, and therefore adding that to our services. Another way to increase, and also that you have to do some marketing around, is to earn and ask for rewards. You have to deliver on your promise really well and earn referrals. Ask for referrals frequently. Put some internal marketing around to your clients, saying that if you refer, then you can get this. And again, it might be a free voucher. It might be a taster for another service. It might be a booklet or some information on something else. We often make some deals with suppliers where we get something at cost, like a foam roller at cost, or something that's not too much of a giveaway, a free 4-week diet plan, things that would be really helpful, and therefore they see the benefit of. They talk to other people in their area about that benefit. They get something from referring that person in, and so do you. Let's have a look now at getting new clients. When I think about getting new clients, there are 4 elements to how we sell our services in exercise. If we advertise one-to-one training, whether that's Pilates, personal training, or yoga, that's the most expensive way to exercise. So I think of it as the 5-star hotel. That is the end that has all the services on, and I expect to work that service really hard and do absolutely everything for the client, and it would have a long-term facilitation of a 12-week program as a minimum. I'm going to manage their lifestyle, I'm going to manage their exercise, I'm going to manage their psychology on exercise, I'm going to manage everything to do with them for the period in which they buy into that program. So imagine that 5-star hotel. You don't walk in a 5-star hotel and drop your bags at the door and then nobody does anything with them. You don't expect to carry your bags up to your own room. You've got the concierge downstairs who does everything for you. So I want you to think about that in terms of exercise, because that is the most expensive exercise. Then you've got what we call buddy PT or small group PT. Now, as soon as you add again the one-to-one training element to it, you have the same thing. You have to write up programs that manage their lifestyle in between sessions and things for them to do outside of the sessions. And you have to do that on a buddy potential between 2 and 4 people. So although they come together for the training session, they still have a managed program on a one-to-one basis. Now that's a great seller, because let's say you were charging £45 for PT for the hour for one-to-one training, but then for buddy training you were charging £30, and even if you've only got 2 buddies training together, you then get £60 for your session. However, you must still do the facilitation of the personal program. Then we have what we call small group exercise, which is a maximum of 10 to 12 people. Now this says to your client base that you're going to have lots of one-to-one attention in the training session, but there is no personal managed program outside of the training sessions. But they will get more attention and more correction and more coaching on a one-to-one basis. And we charge slightly more expensive for that. So that might be something like £7.50 or £10, but you are guaranteeing them that, and it's small group. And then the cheapest way to exercise, which is big group. So you decide amongst your services and what sorts of sessions you're going to offer. And for new clients out there, you then look at the activities that you want to put into your marketing plan. Now, I look at activities over a period of time. There are activities I need to do to increase my client base now, keep my income turning over, and drive my business, where I need a fairly quick response on those. Then I need to be looking ahead, so I've got consistent marketing that will drive clients in through the door 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months ahead. Now, in terms of identifying those activities, we put them into levels. So level 1 activities are for clients and income that I want to try and generate now in this next 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks, to actually get people to come in and buy from my business. Level 1 activities are face-to-face, speaking, meeting, visiting, and asking people. So you need to get yourself in front of people. So face-to-face is key. If you want to borrow money from a bank, you don't do it by writing to them. You go into the bank, you see somebody, and you ask them, you present your business, you present why you need the money, and then you speak to them face to face. I want you to keep that principle in mind. So an example of this, you can get sports teams all have training evenings. So you can go along to training evenings, meet people, talk to people, get yourself in front of them and discuss with them the benefits and the solution to the problems that you can offer them within your services. Get to breakfast meetings, get to meet other businesses, visit people and talk to them and ask them if they would be interested in buying your services. Those are your level 1 activities. Level 2 will bring in clients on a longer term basis, but medium. So ringing around, business to business, press releases, personally emailing members of your own network and database that you've been collecting, asking for referrals in your mailing activity, and possibly reactivating dormant clients. So these also need to be dropped into your activity plan, and these will bring you results in a medium term rather than the short term. Business to business is a great one, especially if you're working in the sports world. So you can go to lots of other sporting businesses who perhaps don't offer some of the service that you do, and in synergy offer their service within yours and yours within theirs. Press releases are quite key. Press releases need to be well written, good content, and be newsworthy. We have another seminar on web-based press releases if you would like to take that seminar up. Level 3 activities bring you results more long term. Submitting SEO press releases. SEO press releases are search engine optimization press releases. Those are press releases that you can put online. They can go into online magazines, they can go onto your website, they can go onto other people's websites. The way the web works is that if somebody puts in some keywords to search for something, the web sends out crawlers, little spiders, to look for those keywords in very reputable areas. Now, the way they judge reputation is by the amount that you appear on the web. So love or hate the web, you have to start to interact with it. You have to be appearing on other people's websites, have other people on your website, have Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, have all of those things operating using keywords from your solutions and benefits in your marketing material. Again, we have a webinar on how to write good copy, and we have a webinar on social media do's and don'ts. Submit articles to magazines. Develop a blog. Direct mailings to your own database using an e-package such as MailChimp. Have a look at MailChimp, it's free. We use one called Constant Contact because our mailing lists are much bigger. It has more services attached to it, but you have to pay for it. So if you're just starting off, start off with something free like MailChimp and then move into something bigger that can meet your business needs. Write newsletters with interesting articles. Good copy is the key to newsletters. Newsletters aren't about sales. They might have some soft sale down the side or at the bottom, or if somebody clicks through from a newsworthy article, but really newsletters, to get people to read them, need to be interesting things that they want to know about. Reactivate people who are dormant on your mailing list, and lead boxes. So lead boxes are boxes that you can perhaps leave with other businesses. So for instance, we have one in a hairdresser's shop in town. So in that hairdresser's shop are little cards, and on the cards we have a little bit about the solution, the problem and the solution. And we have the offer identified, and on the back, if they give us their email, they get the offer. And every week I pop by and I collect the cards out of that box and I take them back and then I follow them up. And in return, I have the hairdressers' cards within our business. And when people are talking to me about hairdressing, then I give out their cards. Social media is a must. Love or hate it, you can't get away without using social media. Now, there are many, many social media do's and don'ts, and I see it used really poorly. For a business, you really want to use it well. In terms of social media, we have a whole webinar that just discusses how to use social media well. Posters and leaflet drops. I often go out for a jog or a cycle ride and drop my posters into key specific targeted postcodes. I do that quite well and I often get a good return on that. Now, level 4 activities are longer term activities. They won't necessarily bring you quick results. They're also really expensive. In my experience, and in the years I've thrown money at some of these, I get very little return from it. I think you've got so much that you can explore on level 1 to 3. I don't think you need to get round to level 2 till you're much bigger. Newspaper ads, radio ads, direct mail to cold list, billboards, they're all for big companies really, who can throw thousands of pounds at it. The key is, if you need to borrow £1,000, what would you do? You go back to your level 1 activities. So explore everything that's not going to cost you money, but you can put into your plan and put some time to, and you'll get some great results from that. The number 1 rule: understand your business, understand your unique selling proposition, and then choose your market. Define your clients. Who are they? What benefits are they looking for? What problems do they have? What will make them buy emotionally and justify logically? Identify the personality traits of your best clients. Go after the prospects with similar traits. So develop your marketing materials to answer those problems and within that niche market. Market to those who are most likely to love what you do. Thank you for listening. Any questions, please feel free to email admin@drummondeducation.com. Thank you.